All right, well, let's continue this conversation here on RT International, crossing lines into Harry Roque, the former presidential spokesperson of the former president, Rodrigo Duterte, joining us now live from Vienna. Harry, we've got breaking news in the Philippines right now. I know you're across the story. While the ICC wanted to have the Philippine Senator Bato de la Rosa arrested on charges of crimes against humanity, all of a sudden shots are ringing out inside the hallowed halls of the Senate in Manila. What do you know? What can you tell us?
Well, what's very clear is that they're doing what they did to President Marcos, which was to literally kidnap the person of Bato de la Rosa for the purpose of sending him to the ICC. Now, there are now reports that they have also chartered, perhaps even the same plane that they chartered to bring Bato de la Rosa to The Hague. No? And this latest action of the government is part and parcel of the bigger intention of reducing the number of support that the vice president currently enjoys in the Senate. No? 2 days ago, there was a major reshuffle in the Senate where a majority of 13 elected a pro-Duterte Senate president. No? And obviously, the intention of the Marcos administration is to reduce the number of supporters of the vice president in the Senate by getting rid of Bato de la Rosa. And I would, in fact, say that the next victim would be another Senator Bongo, whom they will also send to The Hague, and 3 other senators that they intend to send to jail to reduce the number of votes that would support VP Sara in her upcoming impeachment trial in the Senate. And of course, the objective is to maintain Marcos Jr. as president even beyond his term of 2028.
Sorry, this is a very, very interesting point.
I'm unprecedented.
I do apologize.
This is the first time that the Senate, as the major bulwark of democracy in the Philippines, was under siege by the executive. Literally the first time.
All right, Harry, thank you very, very much for that. I apologize if you can't hear me correctly, but I think it sounds like you're saying that there's a push to get rid of members of the former administration of Rodrigo Duterte to further worsen Sara Duterte's political ambitions and yet keep it all on Marcos. And who are Marcos's friends, Harry? Does he have support perhaps from any outside actors or outside influences?
Well, it's actually also international politics at work because the remaining support of Marcos Jr., despite his corruption and the fact that he is a cocaine addict, comes primarily from the United States, and he has been given support by the United States because he has allowed Philippine territory to host foreign troops, military, American troops, and the hardware, anticipating its conflict with China. So obviously, it's not just domestic politics, but international politics at work.
So you're telling me that the U.S. administration wants to have their man at the helm in the Philippines who will further allow the militarization of the Philippines, American militarization, because the Philippines, as we all know, America wants to use as some kind of battering ram against China. What we're seeing is geopolitics melting down into a politicized ICC, Harry?
That's for sure. And that's why they're doing now everything necessary to prevent the return of another Duterte into the Philippines, because that would spoil the American plans to make the Philippines an unsinkable warship for the United States.
Yeah, there it is. You know, it always boils down to something simple like that. Poor Philippines, stuck between a rock and a hard place. What about the people of the Philippines, Harry? What's the general consensus among the public there regarding this?
Well, I think the good that came out of this Senate resistance to executive overreach is that this has emboldened the people, that they can now actually act as one and resist the excessive use of power by the executive. I think from now on, the spirit of people power has been rekindled. And I think because of the leadership shown by the Senate, the people now will stand with the Senate and resist the dictatorial tendencies of this Ferdinand Marcos Jr., whom everyone knows is not in the right state of mind because he's obviously a coke addict.
I mean, so Marcos Jr. is a coke addict and he's supported by the United States. It reminds me of one similar character in Kiev. Mind you, I wanted to ask, just mention the United States has historically interfered in 81 foreign elections between 1946 and 2000. That's according to the Don Levin at the Carnegie Mellon University. So it's just another case of external actors, typically Washington here, sinking its teeth into the politics of the Philippines because the broader picture is all about getting their guy at the helm in Manila for the future potential war with China. Harry Roque, former presidential spokesperson for the former president Rodrigo Duterte, live in Vienna. I love talking to you because you really just break down the mainstream narratives and help us to understand what is actually the simplicity of what we're witnessing right now. Harry, thank you very much for joining us here on RT International.